Hi guys, today is a bit controversial video, but my point of view for this thing that happened with this Roblox YouTuber, now Funky Friday YouTuber known as Kelogish, is something that I've been looking out for a few days now, but now I have a full understanding because now I see his point of view and the point of view of what actually happened, and his point of view and what actually happened I'm gonna put together and say why you shouldn't go after him much, though you should go after him much, and why he's not that of a bad guy, but what he did put in the past was bad, of course. But seeing firstly, I'm gonna just say, before seeing what he actually said in those things, chats, and first the outsider perspective would be like, whoa, this guy needs to be locked up straight away. But when I heard his response to all of this stuff, and he goes like full, like, yep, I did it, yep, I fully 100% say, okay, that was me, and I did say that. But then he said that he was like 17, nearly turning 18, and he was still in high school, and he wanted to be that cute, like, couple in high school kind of thing, a cute couple in high school, and he was like, and he never had a girlfriend, and he knew this person for a while, and this person became his girlfriend, I think. And though this was a thing that now he really regrets, before in the past he was like, you know what, this sounds okay, I have this, and every red flag was going over his head each time came after him, and that was his fault, but it was also not his fault. Yes, it's his fault because he kept ignoring those red flags, but because he never had a girlfriend, and he like, you know, when you become a teen and you like girls more, or like girls like boys more, you know. But and that he said that his hormones were all over the place and stuff, that he was just like, oh, I have a girlfriend now, and all those red flags just passed him because he had someone that he loved, and even though it was a young person, he was like, you know what, all those, as I said, all those red flags going over him again. And what he said was that, you know, he regrets that, and he had another person. I don't really know about that storyline, but I know that he also regrets that one. But this person happened a few years ago when he was still in high school. Now he's not in high school, and basically what happened right after that, his girlfriend from the girlfriend that he has now, back then was still his girlfriend, I think, after that or something, and she scolded him for days on days, and his family scolded him for days and days for doing this thing. And imagine that impact on his mental set. Imagine someone just, your whole family and everyone that you know just kept going after you because you did this bad thing. Imagine how much it got onto him and pushed him down to do. And I don't know his story of how it made him feel, but if it was me, you know, it would make me feel terrible. Imagine if everyone that you knew just died, like, being not really nice to you, but like kept telling you, you shouldn't have done this, 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 you shouldn't have done this. You kept getting, oh yes, I know I shouldn't have done this, and they kept saying you shouldn't have done this, but then they keep saying that, and they keep saying it, and they keep saying it, and then they keep doing it. Imagine how much that would push you down if you're in his point of view. And he knew he shouldn't have done this. It's not like he did it once and then he did it again, and he's into young people and he did it again and again. Of course, back then what he did was not something that he should have done, and he should get all the punishments that he deserved. But I feel like he should cut it down a bit and see what his point of view is. And basically, as I was saying, and what happened out then, he started his channel, you know, he started growing and growing and growing, and basically this person came back, that person that he liked when he was 17, and started blackmailing him and his girlfriend for money and Robux, 20k Robux, and he had to give it because he was scared. He was like, oh no, what should I do? So I'm just gonna give it so she doesn't say anything, because if she does, my whole career is ruined. And basically, when you become a YouTuber, you realize this thing of, responsibilities and stuff, and if you do something like this, let's say if you did this when he was a YouTuber, if he did it now, then people would find out way faster and it would be shut down way faster. So he definitely have stopped, and people are like, oh, did he stop? And I'm like, yeah, most likely 99% he stopped, maybe 95% he stopped this. And people are like, oh, what if he didn't change it? I'm like, yeah, he had to have changed, or he would have not become a YouTuber, or he would have, but people would have catched him very fast, because he would probably do this to his fans. But he says he doesn't do this to his fans, and people would have found out really fast. And basically, let's continue with the person blackmailing. Then she blackmailed again after. Well, she blackmailed before, like in the past, but then she blackmailed again 2 years later. I forgot, she blackmailed 3 times or 2 times, but he couldn't finish it because there was actually Scrimox that was interviewing, and for some reason it was a weird cut, and Scrimox wouldn't let him finish the sentence and all of that. But 2 years later, she randomly comes up to him and says, on like the call or something, and says, hey, look, this, or this, trying to blackmail him again, like trying to not put this thing to rest. Like, if she put it to rest, yeah, of course what you did was terrible, but she should have been the better person in this situation and said, you know what, even though he did this, I'm gonna let him off. It was something that he shouldn't have done, but because, let's say this person was a nice person, they let him off, and they didn't use this situation as a way to gain something, making that person worse than him, or making that person as bad as him, because they were using this situation to gain something out of it. And it's like gaining something out of it, basically a terrible situation, and this is what this person was doing. And he, Kelogish had to give what this person wanted, because his career was at stake. And if he didn't give it, then his career would be over, and this person would have exposed. I don't know how it got exposed exactly. I think it might be that person, but I think it was that person. But basically, that happened, and that person, as I'm gonna say, is actually bad as him or worse than him when he did that, because she could have been the better person and said, you know what, I'm gonna let this go, but also not bribe you into giving me stuff and trying to keep this secret. And nope, the person just did the opposite, was being the worst person, and she was basically doing this. She was basically like a witness to something that was terrible, and she was like, you know what, I saw you, and I'm gonna tell someone if you don't give me this. And then she kept putting it off, and then finally, when this person stopped giving it, or this person stopped doing it, she released it and says, you know what, stopped it, so I'm gonna release it. And basically, why she came back 2 years later, to check if he changed. And he did, because he has a channel now, and he had to have changed, or he would have ruined that channel anyway. And he did change, but he didn't do it because he liked the young kids. He did it back then. He did it because he thought it was okay. He was dumb. He even said he was dumb back then, and he thought it was not okay. It was okay to do it, and he got scolded by everyone, all of his family members, not all of his family members and his girlfriend. But now everyone's scolding him and telling him, oh, you shouldn't have done it, oh, your career is over, blah blah blah. Imagine the impact on him when he has to go through that. And this person that released it, and this person that kept saying, oh, I'm gonna blackmail you, I'm blackmailing you, is, as I said, bad as him when he did it, because they didn't release it straight away. or they didn't let it go. But they were blackmailing him, and that was not a good thing that they should have done. And I don't know what more to say, because it's so complicated situation that if I say something wrong, someone's gonna go after me and say, hey, look, no. And if you have a different opinion on this situation, by all means say in the comments. If you want to dislike, by all means dislike. I never seen this person before on YouTube. I don't watch him, I don't look at him, but I just saw this situation and I saw that stuff was going haywire about people going haywire about it, and people are just going not defending him much. And even Scrimmox, when he did the interview, it just looked like he was trying to kept telling him, oh, but you did it, but you did it, but you did it, but you did it. But he kept saying, oh, I admit I did it, but let me just say my story. And he kept saying, but you did it, but you did it, but you did it. And Scrimmox kept saying, what, no, he kept saying, no, but let me say my story about it. And it was kind of like that thing, but more like different words. But thank you for watching. This was probably not everything, but this is mostly I can say. But I probably left things out. It might have been complicated, but thank you for watching and bye.